Hey everyone, it's Dylan here from the Black Forest Wood Company. We are back again for another week here in the shop. This week for our bonus video, we are going to be showing you the process on these sort of resin river / resin cast coffee table legs. So what you're going to kind of learn there is how to actually, how you can use regular woodworking techniques in joinery, but on epoxy. So we didn't use wood glue here. We got a little trick that you guys are going to have to see on how we glued these together. But I'm really happy with the way this one came out. We just texted the client a photo. We're going to see what she thinks about it. But if you guys enjoy this and you enjoy this video, please leave a like down below. It really helps us out. And also as a bonus, you're going to get to see our first ever copper epoxy pour if you stick around until the end of the video. Alright, so first off, if you guys haven't watched the first part already, click the link on the screen right now and go check that out. And what you see us doing here right now is we're actually using our CNC machine to flatten off the excess epoxy from the initial pour itself. We get a lot of questions about this. Basically what this machine is, it's a giant router that's controlled by a computer, so it just comes along and cuts off that excess. The next step after that is to actually pump the pieces through our big drum sander, and that's going to take off any machine marks from the CNC. So it's got 120, 150, and 180 grit paper in there, and few passes just kind of cleans up the top and bottom. So now that we've got everything calibrated for thickness, we're just taking it to the table saw and basically ripping these pieces down to exact width. So now we're heading over to the miter saw and we're actually breaking these pieces down into the individual leg components and starting to cut the 45-degree joinery that's going to go on there. So we're using miters this time. Usually we'll just do butt joints for these leg styles, but we're mitering it so that we actually get that continuous grain all the way around the leg. And then for a little bit more strength and security in the joint, we're adding a few dominoes here. So we're using the small ones, and it's just a couple to kind of help with alignment and strength. So then for the actual glue up itself, we're using our 24-hour coat epoxy. This is gonna hide all of the saw blade marks that are on the epoxy there and just give us a perfect looking joint when it all goes together. Obviously you wouldn't want to use wood glue for this because you're gonna see that through the epoxy. And an added bonus too is the epoxy is just super strong, so these should never come apart. We're just popping some clamps on here. Like I said, this product takes 24 hours to cure, so we'll leave these in the clamps for about a day. Then once they're dry and ready to come out, we sand everything up. One good tip that I didn't mention is we actually sanded the inside of the legs prior to assembling them, so it just made it a little bit easier. And then we can just go around and kind of do the final detail work once they're glued up. Here we are installing the threaded inserts that are going to be used to actually attach the legs to the coffee table. So instead of screwing directly into the table, we install this little metal threaded insert, and then there's a bolt that matches the size, and we'll hold those legs on nice and tight. It also just makes it so when the client has to take the legs on and off, they don't strip out any of those holes in the table. You guys just saw John putting the inserts in these legs here, and now Joe and I are ready to put the oil on. We're gonna actually get to see how the joinery looks now. Have you seen it yet?
I wiped it a little bit.
Yeah? How does it look?
There's a little bit of a line from the joinery, but it's still nice.
Okay. Alright, so we're putting the Pollux on for this. These will probably get like 2 coats.
Probably 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 coats. Yeah, 3 maybe. Let's see how they look. getting the legs on this thing here. They're not quite done yet. We actually need 1 or 2 more coats on them, but we were just so anxious to get this all assembled that we had to put it together. We just used threaded inserts like you guys saw. That's what's actually holding this whole table together. What do you think?
I think this table's absolutely awesome. I love it. Look at that, eh?
Isn't that cool?
That's super cool.
Yeah. Okay, it's got the Brad approval, so there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, this thing, it's all done now. We're gonna get it shipped off to our client. Still haven't heard back from her yet. Let's see. No, nothing yet, but I'll let you guys know what she says when she answers me. Okay, so we texted our client a photo of the table. There we go. And she responded. She said it looks amazing. That's awesome. We're probably gonna get this thing shipped out to her in like 1 or 2 weeks here, and then hopefully we'll get some photos of it actually in her house. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking us about where we got these vacuum pump setups. So we just ordered them on Amazon. So we've actually kind of put together a little Amazon store with all the stuff that we use in our shop that we don't actually sell ourselves. So we'll put the link down in the description. You can check this out, and then any other kind of things that we use in our videos. So Joe and I are getting ready to do the pour for this fir burl wall art. Something a little bit different about this one, it's going to be in copper, so that's the color we're thinking about doing. And we've never actually done a copper pour before. What's the closest? I guess red is the closest we've done.
I mean, well, Ben did do the green and a little bit of copper in that one test piece when he first started working. So.
Yeah. Did you like that one? Yeah. Anyway, this one should actually look pretty cool. We're just gonna do the copper. We're gonna leave it kind of transparent so you can see the burl underneath. So we'll mix this up and see how it turns out. We've got smarter recently. Well, Joe made us get smarter. We're using measuring spoons now. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon. This way we can kind of write down our recipes after and just have them be a lot more recreatable.
Accurate.
Okay, so now we're trying to make it a little more coppery, I guess. So we're just going in with the Epoxy coral, just trying another one. Another thing on this one that we kind of had to do a little bit differently was pour 24-hour epoxy in some of the cracks to secure all these pieces down, because this thing was like shattered.
Yeah, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces right here.
So we obviously can't get a block down to hold all them, so we're just kind of hoping that the epoxy is going to hold all these. I think it should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting if it doesn't, so let's see. Have asked us before, like, why we waste the epoxy and over pour so much. So part of the reason is actually just to save us time. Even though the epoxy is expensive, it's actually cheaper for us to over pour, fill in all of the little cracks and voids in a single shot, as opposed to having to go in one by one and fill them all in. Yeah, like if you know you're just a hobbyist working in your own shop, obviously it's going to make sense to take that time to do that and save yourself some money. But for us, this just saves us a lot of time because it's basically off the CNC and the fills are very, very minimal.
Jesus, why would you do that? You psychopath.
Okay.
One last opportunity.
I didn't want to. Because he's gonna
All right, well, that's it for this week. I guess today, actually, because we're still going to see you guys on Friday. Leave a like if you guys enjoy the bonus videos. It's a little bit more effort for us, but we have so much content, so much going on right now that we have lots to share with you guys. Also, I would really like to know what you guys think about that copper pour. I think I like it. It's growing on me. It's definitely a lot different, but I'm pretty sure I like it. So let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you Friday.